Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. 6 o'clock location, we have Complexity Drewbie. From the 6 o'clock location, Blue Terran, 12 o'clock location, we have DreamAttero starting as a light blue protoss. Gosh, can't talk all of a sudden. This is an illness commentary, by the way. Not feeling super well, so I might be a little bit off in my commentating powers, but being ill and taking a day off work may give me an opportunity to at least sort out some stuff in the background, get more commentary out. Apologies, I know. Well, I had the... I don't know, I posted the Fallout thing and I got a wave of people saying like, more SC2, less Fallout. Come on guys, giving me a hard time. It hurts, especially when I'm ill. And I especially apologize to Mulray on Twitter. He got like the brunt end of it. I wasn't yelling at him or anything. Anyway, going back. Skew, I apologize to Skew. He's the one who got me these replays. This is from IEM from like a long time ago. And really solid matchup between these guys. I hear it's an epic match. You have Drewbie, who tends to be more a micro-oriented player. Well, multitasker is really what it comes down to. He tends to fluster his opponents, particularly in the mid game. I think that's where he plays the strongest. He's going up against Attero. Attero tends to be more of a solid long-term macro-oriented guy, and I love the supply depot to start. By the way, this is Metalopolis cross positions. We had a little bit of a confirmation. It looked like in the text chat there. Barracks towards that front door for Drewbie. He is planting it on the 12th supply. Also putting that supply depot along the 6 o'clock point, so if that probe swings around, it is in fact going to be blocked off, and that could be vital. If it tries to swing around to the southern location, it might be denied vision to the gas. Speaking of scouting probe, you got the probe moving out towards the 3 o'clock location. Looks like we had a 14 gateway 14 assimilator, something close to that 15 gateway 15 assimilator around that timing. Chrono boosting the probes out, so it doesn't look like he's saving anything for some sort of crazy fast timing, and also going a little bit more steady, macro-oriented, at least early off. Finding nothing at the 3 o'clock location, he knows he is not going for a close air spawn here, but it's going to be difficult for this probe, and basically what this probe has to do is it needs to make an absolute death run at these assimilators, at these Vespene geysers. That's really going to be the critical information here, and he's not going to have a lot of time to do it. As you see, that Marine is going to spawn in fairly quickly here. Orbital command upgrading about halfway finished. And here's the moment of truth. Vision moving up. Is he going to be able to get a good look at the gas? You can see him moving to the south. Does in fact get a good look at the gas, but he's going to have to escape that base rapidly with that Marine hunting him down. Probe down to just 4 health. Moving out to 3 o'clock location. The SCV swing around to try to do a linebacker assault, but nice juke by Attero. And he is going to be able to back off, save his probe. It will be in the fight another day. Either take that zone like a watchtower or go back to main. In the meantime, Attero, Drewbie calling BM. In the meantime, Attero, going 1 racks into command center here. He's moving up his SCV to do some scouting as well. There is a cybernetics core as well as warp gate tech from Attero. It looks like he's going to go 1 gateway into expand. One problem from this gasless expansion style from Drewbie, in my opinion, is it's difficult applying pressure to your protoss opponent, and specifically in the tech, because if you think about just the entire matchup, Terran versus Protoss, this guarantees that you're basically only going to be producing Marines to start. And first of all, that's filling up a lot of supply with a unit that's not really usable in the mid-game. Basically, practically every unit in the Protoss arsenal in the mid-game counters Marines. So you almost want to throw them out in an attack to just die, almost, and even then you have to swing back very heavy to tech, and I feel like it can leave Terran players extremely vulnerable. So even though, yes, you do get a quick economic boost, oftentimes it can be, at your own peril, and he's actually going with the 4 barracks and still no gas. Oftentimes what we'll see Terran players do here is tack on some additional gas at some corner. Attero, his key is going to be to get, well, if he scouts this, which I don't think he's going to, is to get, well, first of all, gateways out, but also sentries. That's the other problem with this attack, is if you can get any number of stalkers, zealots, whatnot, and have enough sentries, defensive sentries out in the front door with enough defensive shield. That's a weird little, that lead me to, with that light color blue, I thought that we were going to see something little right there. It threw me off. I digress. Hero probe, by the way, on that watchtower, and it looks like the stalker's moving around trying to hunt down that SCV, just in case it was sneaking out to that corner. Still no information from Attero, though. As Drewbie is just building a mass economy very rapidly. But again, that key is going to be that Marine assault and how he executes it. Looks like he does have 1 sentry out in the field, is going to need a lot more of them. But again, with stalkers, with zealots, you can split that Marine army in half, really halt that attack. But if Attero does go for, basically plays aggression through macro and through economics and tries to take a quick third here, realizing that, okay, maybe Drewbie's pinned back, that could be devastating. So Drewbie, just now taking his gas, has several Marines out in the field. He's recycled that bunker, and it looks like he is in fact going to make his move momentarily, and this is unfortunate. Attero There I didn't see something. 3 o'clock location, Attero moved the probe out. He's placing a pylon. This could be devastating. This is either for hidden tech to boost, which he does have 2 additional gas here, and he did take an additional gas at the natural expansion, so we could see Robo, we could see anything out of this, and it looks like he's going to place additional gateways, and this is devastating. He has 4 sentries, but only 2 stalkers and a zealot on the front door, and this is a huge amount of Marines. So if Drewbie micros this just perfectly, keep in mind he does not have stim pack, but this could be just an overwhelming force of Marines. Attero's going to have his work cut out for him stim packing. He's got to love what he sees. And especially Attero needs to protect these sentries to keep them alive as long as possible. Moving in, there's a force field able to split that army in half, but I'm not sure it's going to even make that big a difference because, man, so many Marines pressing forward. Looks like that was a great split, though, but now being backed up, only 4 sentries left, 1 down. Looks like another going to be taken out. Some stalkers warping into the back corner of probes, having to come off the line. Attero losing all of his sentries. Only stalkers remain, and it looks like he only has 1 stalker left in this assault. Probes getting mixed up, and that means he's going to end up losing several of them and also reducing some of his economic pressure, but looks like he is going to be able to stave off this attack. Now a problem for Drewbie. 3 warp gates at the 3 o'clock location. He is not scattered at all. Looks like a couple Marines going to move out and die as well. He needs some bunkers immediately because that's the transition tech. It looks like, okay, yes, he is the 3 barracks pumping Marauders, but throwing that entire army away like that and basically opening up some of that supply to fill it in this mid-game, you are very low on troops. This is all he has is 3 Marauders, concussive shell, stim pack still upgrading, and we already have pylons warping in for Attero to be forward and aggressive and win this match directly in the mid-game. And it does not, oh man, it doesn't look like Drewbie has absolutely any vision on this. He saw the natural expansion, assumed it was more of a macro-oriented match here. And all of a sudden, Attero with a gigantic army pressing into the natural expansion. Drewbie does have Marauders there. Keep in mind a reactor as well. Oh, split! Great force fields! Now these Zealots right on top of those Marauders. The Marauders getting chewed apart. Still no stim, still no combat shield, and that army is just overwhelming. Natural expansion completely taken out. Drewbie most certainly has to lift this orbital command, bring it back into his main. The question is will he even be able to defend? Because he's got to worry about a full-on assault right up his main. Orbital command taken out, so far behind this match. Attero up to 88 supply, Drewbie down to 55. He is down to his last legs, also has a starport up, having to push a lot of tech very, very rapidly. Zealot's going to lead the way. Attero is pushing his way up the ramp. He wants to end this now, rather than sitting back and macroing it up. Force fields along the low ground. SCVs coming off the line. There is a bunker up, but the SCVs are blockading away from the bunker. So none of these units can get in, and the Stalkers have so much range in that backfield in the meantime. And on top of that, these SCVs are going to get annihilated on the low ground. Drewbie recovering nicely, using these SCVs as a blockade against these Zealots. But it does not matter. This entire front door has been crushed. Drewbie's down to 43 supply. There's GG. Really well played from Attero. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is I believe, a best of 7. So we're going to move on to Game 2, hopefully tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm live streaming. Going to move on to League of Legends stream. Thank you guys for listening.